Hi, buddies! It's me, Nuha. Welcome back to SEF Indisc Podcast, a podcast that can be your Sat Night soulmate. What are you doing, guys? Let me guess. You must be lying on the bed scrolling social media, right? Don't worry, I will accompany you with this podcast. Today's episode is about a different perspective. So, why we should look at things from a different perspective? Okay, we're going to say it. Make sure you pay attention, go get some snacks and a comfy position. You may have seen the picture that has a number drawn on the floor with two people standing on either side of the number. One person sees a 6 and the other sees a 9. Which one is correct? They are both right. Yet they are wrong in the eyes of the other person because of their particular perspective on life. They could either stay there, arguing and holding on to their idea of what the number is, or they could look around and see the difference. This is perspective. Have you found something on trending topics that makes you interested? We often see people who argue about something. Different answers hit the net. Even trivial things that are not important just because they don't accept other people's perspective. Or have you experienced it yourself? People get into fights for no good reason. For example, many people give hate speech to those who like K-pop, K-drama, anime, etc. Or people who like the thrill genre more than romance. They were like, "Oh, why people like romance genre? It's disgusting." In fact, many of them feel embraced when they like something or want to do their hobbies that make them happy, just because they are afraid of being judged. What's wrong? They have preferences about it. One said it was good, and the other said that it was bad. Hey, it is just about a different perspective about something. They have different choices, and all of the choices are valid. Or have you ever seen someone who always comes home late at night? What do you think? Do you think he's a bad person? No. We have to get rid of that kind of speculation. Because we don't know exactly what he's doing. He probably worked all day to help his family's economy, which was in a slum, and it makes him often come home late. We don't know anything. Differences in perception can also lead to misunderstandings and fights. Please try to remember, you must have been misunderstood by your friends or your partner. When your chat is not answered for hours, you immediately think they ignore you, and then you make your perception that makes you angry for no reason, even though your partner could be doing the important things, or falling asleep because of exhaustion. Moreover, we know that women and men have different thoughts. Where sensitive women often can't relate to men's logical and practical thoughts. But if you want to try to see it from another point of view, surely we can understand and think positively. If the other person is strongly in favor of a point you can't see, maybe there's a reason for it. You don't have to prove your point. You have to understand their view to bridge the gap. Judging others wrong or stupid means you don't understand how their reasoning works. Understanding that reasoning may help you point out that the facts are wrong or incomplete, and their reasoning may be flawed. Understanding the different perspective of your opponent will also save you a lot of frustration or even anger. When you are happier, you will see things more positively and seek out more things that make you happy. However, when you are constantly brooding and thinking negatively, your perspective will never change, and soon all that negativity will begin to spread around you like wildfire. The world would be a better place if people understood a perspective on life can be molded, changed, or explained. Most of our societal problems could be solved by just putting ourselves in someone else's shoes. Is it easy? Of course not, but we can try. I think that's all for today's episode. Thank you for listening. Kindly follow our social media on Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify to stay updated to our podcast with more interesting topics. Remember, life doesn't just revolve around us. So, please, think before you speak. Be kind to others. Cheers! SEF Indisc Podcast, podcast that can be your night soulmate. Goodbye, guys!